You ready?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Off Axis podcast. I'm here with Abby Walker, the co-host of the show. Today is, what is it today? June 3rd?
I believe so. Thursday.
It's almost the middle of the summer when it's going to be ridiculously hot. How hot is it in Vegas right now?
It's so hot. And I've been in Henderson and there's always like a 8 to 10 degree difference. Yeah, I think it's been like 104. It's been over 100 for the past 3 or 4 days. And it's rough. I think the highest reading I saw was 111 in Henderson yesterday.
Oh, God. Ow.
Yeah, rough.
So
We're all melting.
Or Reno.
Yeah, how is it in Reno?
It's not too bad. Like, I don't,
Okay.
let's see. I think today is like 80. Oh, 93 actually. It's pretty hot. Yeah, definitely. Like, went to the pool yesterday. It was kind of burning up a little bit, but I guess without further ado, we already have Grace in the waiting room.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, our first guest of the day, probably our only guest actually, is
Yeah.
Grace Good. Grace is a circus artist. She performs fire. She was on the Go Big show last year, and she does it all while standing on a gigantic ball that she stole from Target.
Hey!
Hey, Grace.
Hey, Grace.
Hi, how are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thanks for having me on, you guys.
Yeah, we're excited to have you on. So first off, how did you get into circus?
How did I get into it? Oh, great question. So I started circus. Well, I found hula hooping was my first thing when I was in high school. I just kind of discovered this world of hula hooping as kind of a hobby. I saw girls doing it at Bonnaroo because I'm from Tennessee, and I just thought it was so cool. And I went to college and met some other people that were doing it too. So I just kind of dove deep into the world of hula hooping, but I really enjoyed the circus aspect of it. So then I kind of just like discovered this world of circus. There wasn't really much in Tennessee. So I kind of found it, became totally obsessed with it. I was going to school, not sure what to do. I ended up changing my major to entrepreneurship and kind of like figured out, okay, so if I want to do circus, I kind of need to start a business. And it all kind of happened from there. And I just never stopped.
Nice. Okay. So then my next question is, when did the ball get introduced? Is that just, you're like, well, I can do hula hoops, but it'd be cooler if I was standing on a ball.
I know, exactly, right? So I had auditioned and made it into Cirque Dreams, which is a company that does a bunch of tours worldwide. And while I was working with them kind of on smaller stuff, I hadn't actually made it onto like their big stage show yet. The producer kind of said something that just stuck out in my head. He was like, so you're a hula hooper, you can hula hoop, but what makes you different than everyone else? And I was like, ooh, I don't know. So I have this crazy, everyone always asks me where I got it. I have this huge like obsession with eBay. And so I was just on eBay, just kind of searching through the world, the depths of it. And I saw a ball. A circus was selling it. They were, I guess, I don't know if they didn't need it. There was a little hole in it. And I was like, oh, I'm getting that. I'm going to hula hoop.
Yeah.
And I had seen like, you know, the circus globe before. I've seen people like hula hoop on it before, and like people do different things. So I got it and I just was like, okay, I'm going to make this my thing. And so that was about probably like 5 years ago that I got it. And then I kind of messed with it here and there. And then I feel like within the past couple of years, I've really like honed in on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of become your signature, right? Like that with fire and of course hula hooping.
Yeah. Yeah. So hula hoop is kind of like where it started. So it's always like me and hula hoops are just like so like one. So the big red ball kind of I kind of got that. I ended up kind of branding that because it was just so obscure, you know, and that was the thing that so many people were like, whoa, what is that? And it caught the most attention. So I saw
Right.
that happening, kind of just took it. And I love fire too. So of course I gotta be the girl on fire as well.
Yeah. Do you have a brand deal with Target yet?
What was that?
You have a brand deal with Target yet?
Working on it. Hard.
Please.
It's gonna be in the next commercial for sure.
Oh,
I have it
that
on
would
a
be-
sheet.
that would be beautiful. Just have like you on your ball rolling, you
Going
know, and then
through, right?
dive in. Mhm. All right, Target, if you use that, I need rights. Thank you.
Yes, I've done a couple fun TikToks in front of Target already.
Oh, that's great.
Mhm.
And you're like a TikTok, Instagram star, right?
Something like that.
Okay. More or less.
Right. What was that?
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
TikTok, I now have 2.2 million.
Whoa, damn.
And Instagram, it's like 110,000. So the cool thing about TikTok was, so in 2019, I think it was, or maybe it was 18, I can't remember. It changed from Musically to TikTok. And what they did is they reached out to a bunch of creators on Instagram or just, YouTube. They reached out to 100 creators that they wanted to get onto TikTok to kind of change it from this platform where everybody just like sang and danced, like, I don't know, cooler things, like sports, everything. So they actually reached out to me and hired me to start posting on it. This was like years ago. And this is before anybody was on, like, I mean, there were some people on it. So I kind of had a head start, which was nice. So I started posting on there fun videos and just got a kind of a new following, a new, just more exposure, more eyes. Then I kind of jumped into the world of brand deals and started doing things for brands. And then during the pandemic, it really was, I went from like, I think I had like 500,000 TikTok followers to like 2 million in like less than a year. And that's when I really kind of pivoted from being a performer to a creator. And that was kind of my job.
Yeah. You've definitely been able to be an entrepreneur, like in so many different aspects. You own Beyond Wings back in Nashville, or you're a co-owner. And then you've also really been able to, at least from what I remember, because Grace and I trained together. She was my first aerial coach. And let's see.
Look at you now, philosophy.
I performed with Beyond Wings, and we both found each other now in Vegas. Well, you're straddling Vegas and Nashville, right?
I love that. Yes.
Yes.
Straddling. That's a good term. I'm going to use that.
That's a good word. Yeah. But I remember like you were really big on Patreon and really just always, wanting to create and wanting to give back, but also making it your industry, your own goal and your own job.
Yeah. Kind of creating, my own kind of community around my brand.
Right.
And also I really like teaching. I actually kind of am taking a step back from teaching right now, just to kind of go more on the branding and the performing. So yeah, I've always just been a serial entrepreneur.
I like that.
What else?
That's a good way to put it. So how was your experience on the Go Big show last year?
Oh, that was amazing. So I had no idea what to expect with that, but it was probably one of the like best times of my life for many reasons. But yeah, last year, so I had been on, random small TV here and there. I've had things reach out, but this Go Big show, they reached out to me on Instagram, and during the pandemic, like the middle of it, and I'm like, there's no way this is going to happen, Right. So I just kind of fancied it, went along with it. And then they were like, yep. All right. So in 2 weeks, you're going to go to Georgia. It was actually filming in Georgia. And you're going to compete in the show. I was like, wow, okay. Like, I can't believe this is happening. And so crazy. Like, it was August when filming happened. So we had to do a bunch of COVID tests before. I actually drove there because I was in Tennessee, put my ball in my van, drove down there. And we had to be quarantined in a hotel. So all of the contestants that were there were quarantined in a hotel for Well, I was only there for 2.5 weeks. Spoiler alert, I did not make it to the round. So we couldn't leave at all. We had to get COVID tests every other day. And it ended up being so much fun because everybody in the hotel just hung out with each other. We were in a bubble per se. And then I also met Curtis there, who was my competition and my now boyfriend.
Ooh, romantic spark.
I know, right? It was great. It was a really interesting experience because the fact that it was during the pandemic, everything was super locked down. You know, we're all kind of like out of work, figuring out our sense of purpose. And then we get this really cool opportunity to showcase, you know, what we love to do with our lives in front of thousands and, you know, 100 million people. So really intense. It was a lot of like intensity, a lot of emotions. But everybody was treated really well. I mean, they were very, very strict on like COVID stuff there. But I had the opportunity to, you know, pretty much be like, okay, like, this is what I want to do. Like, these are my dream acts that I want to showcase. And they were like, yep, we can get all of this for you. Like, we can make it happen.
Great.
And, you know, so excited. Of course, I didn't make it to the next round to really like kind of go in to what I wanted to do, but it was a learning experience and I was really, really grateful for it. And when I left, it really pushed me to just be like, okay, I'm taking it to the next level by myself.
Yeah. Well, you've got those ideas already in mind and like, you have a taste of it and you're just like, I want more.
And yep, Snoop Dogg, I remember he said like, you know,
I'm so jealous you met Snoop Dogg.
I know, right? Oh man, everything he said to me, it's just like, I live by now. But my favorite thing that he said that I can't believe they actually put it on TV was "You're Vegas ready, baby." He literally, like, right when I stepped up on stage, he's like, "Ooh, girl, you look Vegas ready, baby." And I was like, how did you know that I was trying to go there? And then like after we got the results and everything, and I was like a mess, you know, he was like, "Baby girl, take it as a learning lesson, go home and go bigger." I was like, oh yeah.
Okay, can do.
Okay, so for those who haven't seen the show yet, what did you do on the show?
So it was a competition TV show. Sorry, I should have explained that at first. And what they pretty much have a bunch of really crazy acts from all over the country come in and compete head to head. And then the winner goes on to the next round. The winner at the whole competition would win $100,000. And it's all different types of crazy acts. So I was up against Curtis Downs, who is a freestyle BMX rider who performs with Nitro Circus. And then
so good.
Do Circus on, and what I did was I brought my red ball and I was gonna work my rounds up. So I started with doing fire hula hoops on the ball and hula hoops and fire eating. And then he went off a 40-foot ramp and did triple flips. So, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, just triple flips.
What was that?
Triple flip off a 40-foot ramp.
Yeah, he did triple flip. He did a triple flip on the last round. But in the first round against me, I think he just did like I can't remember what he did, honestly. Maybe a double backflip.
Did he move on? Like, did he continue on? How far did
Curtis
he get?
Did. Curtis made it to the finale.
Wow.
So it's a really fun TV show. I don't want to give away too much, but
yeah, of course.
Whoever's listening in, you should definitely watch it. You can stream it on TBS.com. Okay. I'm pretty sure you can go and see it.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's
done yet.
What was that?
The show isn't done yet. They're still going.
Oh, it's over. Yeah, it's
okay.
This season is done, but you know, you can still stream it.
Yeah, but you gotta watch it to know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and they're getting ready for their second season, I think now. So that should probably come out. I think they're filming it soon, and then it'll come out.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be on the show, so we'll see.
Oh, really?
I was supposed to be on it last year too with the Tramp Ball act, and they.
I think that. Yeah.
Yeah, they like called me like 2 weeks before, and they're like, "Hey, we have to cut your budget in half." I was like, "No, you can't do that."
It was great. No, I'm kidding.
It was so much fun being in that. Oh, just the hotel and everything was so much fun.
I'm sure. Yeah. When you're like stranded with just a bunch of performers and you're all doing a show, and especially in the middle of the pandemic, like I feel like Go Big was very popular because it was one of the only real shows going on. So it was amazing.
I got
Like,
lucky. Yeah. I mean, I was so grateful for it because it was really one of the first big productions to come back and actually do and make a show during the pandemic. So that was so glad that I got to be a part of that. And, you know, there was just so many things that came good after that. It all just put in.
like a little domino effect.
Yeah.
Good. I'm so happy for you. Like you really have worked your butt off in Nashville, and I'm glad to see you entering Vegas and being in Vegas, because Vegas really is, I mean, Tanner and I have talked about this on the show, but it's such a mecca for growth and creativity and community. So
that's absolutely why I kind of scooted my way over there. I love Tennessee, love Nashville, got a lot here, straddling it, but Vegas is the hub of live entertainment, and I just want to be a part of it. I want to get myself in there.
I love it.
Have you been booking shows lately?
Yeah, I have a few things coming up. I'm actually kind of have some stuff behind, like, that I'm working on right now. So I can talk a little bit about it, but I'm working with Antonio Restivo, who is like a really amazing fire performer based in Vegas. And he has like just really great
stage presence.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say equipment and like a whole lot of stuff. We're working on some stuff together. He's helping me out with right now I'm just kind of starting with a series on Instagram that is Fire Fridays. So every Friday I'm coming out with a new video. It's really fun. And then hopefully something live is in the works that I can't talk about, but keep an eye out.
Well, and that's the person that you did. So Grace just posted like a Harley Quinn. She's been posting Harley Quinn, but like there was one really, really cool fire video where he just had the flamethrower. Like that was sick. And it was Joker and Harley Quinn.
Equipment. So. He has amazing equipment and just so much, you know, things that we're going to collaborate together to make some magic, hopefully in Vegas.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I just did the Harley Quinn video, which was a really fun project that I'd done her character before. And then he wanted to do the Joker, and we had this whole team come out. Super fun. There's a YouTube video, there's a Instagram video, and then we have some other stuff that's coming too. So keep an eye out for that on Instagram and TikTok.
Okay, sweet.
And then just kind of booking shows right now. I've got like some private stuff, and I've got a few things in the works, but kind of keeping my options open.
Nice.
Love it. Well, and 2021 is seeming to be the year of opportunity. So I hope that these opportunities that you're manifesting, you know, I hope they go through, because we need good things in the world. Who's being called? Oh, calling out.
I know, right? I'm getting a call. I should have put do not disturb on.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited for just to see what Vegas has to offer for me, and just kind of keeping my options open and straddling two cities, and then also like kind of going all over the place as well.
Yeah. And you are working on your straps and like a straps hoop act, right? That's one of your kind of creations that you're making.
Yes, I'm actually I've got some great things in the works on that too, that I'll be in Miami next weekend working with a producer that wants to put it on stage. So again, nothing like totally no contract signed yet, but I'm hoping for Christmas I'll be performing that act in a show.
Great. That's awesome. Congratulations.
Really excited because I've worked really hard on that.
Yeah. I mean, you started working on it, what, a year ago, 2 years ago?
Probably. It was kind of, I have done aerial for years. I started doing straps maybe like 3 years ago. Hula hoop's always been my thing. And then during the pandemic, just, you know, some crazy time when I was in the studio, it's just like, why have I not combined this?
Right.
So I kind of started doing that. I was doing a little bit of aerial hula hoop when I was on tour with Cirque Dreams, just a little bit. And then I just kind of like took all of that and just meshed it into this like crazy act of strength and hula hooping, and
Yeah.
love it.
Really innovative. And okay, just speaking during the pandemic. So I actually saw this from our like Nashville newspapers, was you were doing a show every week for your neighbors, and it was online as well, correct? And it was just to like, what inspired you to do that?
So when the pandemic originally hit back in March, I had consistently been performing at Plaza Mariachi home in Nashville, my Nashville venue. And, I just couldn't fathom not performing on the weekend. And so I thought, why not? Since everyone's doing online stuff, I'll just start recording an online show in my parents' backyard. So it ended up going from me just doing, some hula hoop stuff to I got a rig out there, and I had like a bunch of people come out and help, from a distance. The neighbors were watching from a distance as well. And I did it for, I think it was 9 weeks of shows.
Wow.
It was a one-woman circumstance show. My parents helped out. It was so cute. I ended up catching the eye of, it was like News Channel 5, and then he came out, recorded it, and then the news segment actually got to NBC and went national, which is really cool.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was so crazy. So I had people all over the place like, I saw you on TV doing stuff in the backyard, cool. And then I had so many people tune in to watch. Like at one point, I think the most viewers I had was like 10,000 people watching at once.
Wow.
Good.
That's, that's a full stadium, or not a full stadium, but that's a big audience.
Huge. And it was like a Facebook, Instagram. I tried it on TikTok, but TikTok didn't actually let me do it, which is weird. So that really boosted my following.
I'm sure.
Yeah. And it was really fun to do. Like, it felt like I had a show every week, and I got really experimental, which really helped with when Go Big Show reached out to me. I was like, oh, I just did all these crazy things. Like, I definitely want to do this there. This was the first time I tried aerial fire hooping. So
how did that go?
It was, I literally was in this like mindset where I was just like, I don't understand what's happening in life right now, so I'm going to fire hoop with straps.
Frustration. It can come out in weird ways.
It was fun. So that was really successful. I ended up stopping it just because, I don't know, it got to that point where like I was even overdoing live stream stuff for a minute. And then I started working on other projects. The Go Big Show came up. But yeah, it was a fun time. And really rewarding, like having like the neighborhood kind of come out and watch it. And I think it brought a lot of smiles, a lot of joy to people.
I'm sure during especially such a hard time. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you've been busy for sure during the pandemic, and also really keeping entertainment alive, whether it's in public or in your backyard or just in the art. Like it's your inspiration and motivation it's admirable.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Do you have any tips for like circus artists who are struggling right now, and like they maybe for a little entrepreneurial little quick gimme?
Yeah. One of my biggest things that I like to tell people is just show your work. Like just put it out there, because show your work and voice your dreams is a big one too that I like to say. So, how's anyone going to know what your goals are and what you want if you don't show it and say it? Because you never know who's listening, you never know who's going to care. And also when you put that out into the universe, you're saying it, and then the universe is going to bring it back to you, and you're going to go and do the work to make it happen. So don't be afraid to put yourself out there. We're already circus artists, so how much more ridiculous can we look?
Yeah. Sure.
That's true.
Yep. Yeah. So
alrighty. Well, Tanner, do you have anything?
No, that's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thank
I
you
could
so
talk
much.
for hours.
I mean, you've got a lot of experience and a lot of expertise to say. So
Aw. Yay. Well, it was really great doing this.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me a part of it.
Yeah,
of
And,
course.
during a show or something. Sometimes.
yeah. Yeah, we all need to hang out when I get back to Vegas.
Yes. Well, when you get back, or Tanner gets back to Vegas, when you get back to Vegas, I'm the only one here suffering the heat stroke. So thanks.
Ooh.
Oh.
We'll do a pool day. It'll be fun.
Yes. Sounds good. Lake day. Let's do it.
Yes. Oh, yes. I love that. Sounds great.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. So where
Thank-
can everyone find you? On Instagram? What's your
Yeah.
handle? TikTok, whatever.
Yes, absolutely. You can find me TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Grace Good Circ, CIRQUE, Grace Good Circ. Follow me, watch my stuff, have fun.
Sounds good. Go and watch Go Big.
Yes,
Right?
watch the Go Big
Okay.
shows.
You got it.
Mhm.
All right. Well, thank
All right,
you. Have a
y'all.
great day.
Bye.
Dope. Cool.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
some tips that I want to kind of parlay from what she said was I think it's very important, especially if you want to be a circus artist. Like one of the biggest things that I've found that has helped me become successful is owning your own equipment. If you don't own your own equipment,
Yeah.
it's almost like who's gonna, especially if your competition owns their own equipment, especially like if I'm hiring for some gig or something like that, I'm looking for someone with their own equipment because for one, I don't want to go out and rent equipment separately because that's like another fee and
Yeah.
you're going to make more money. It's almost guaranteed that you're going to pay off your equipment. If this is something that you want to do, owning your own equipment is very, very important. Like I bought a
Depending on the equipment. I mean, obviously, if you're in a big act like Russian Swing, you might not own your own equipment. But if you do, that will definitely get paid off within at least a couple of gigs or contracts. So
for sure. Like I have a teeter board, ramps, like 3 tramp walls, and they've all been paid off. Like they pay themselves off pretty quickly. So just owning your own equipment is like,
yeah.
and one thing that you can do is go and get a either a business loan or a personal loan. Personal loan is preferred because then they don't own your equipment until you pay it off. But if you can go out and get a personal loan for like $5,000-$10,000 or so, it's almost always going to be worth it to go out, make that little investment, and then you own your own equipment and you can charge more and you're also called more. And then there's other things you can do like to promote your business, like get on like a Gig Masters website or Gig Salad, or like there's other ways of promoting yourself. So that's for anyone who's out there who is looking to get started as a circus performer. Like entrepreneurship is everything. You have to think big and you have to go out and market yourself. You have to do the sales yourself. There's more than just performing. And if you just want to be a performer,
that's fine too.
It's fine until
that's not where the money is though.
Where the money is, and it's not that like you're always going to be working for someone else. So it's much better when you own your own stuff and you're the person in charge and you don't have to listen to someone tell you. Like
a quick tip too. I mean, just for anyone who's starting out or who may want to be circus performer is value what you have. There's a lot of new circus performers, especially who don't feel quite good enough. You know, the imposter syndrome is a real thing, especially in this industry. But find out what the industry standard is for that act or that apparatus rental, whatever it is. Find out what the industry standard is, because you don't want to step on any toes to, you know, I feel the companies need to stick together. You know, it should be the client versus the industry. Just you want to keep the value up, you know, because if someone starts charging fractions of what everyone else is charging, there's going to be a shift in the industry.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you always have to have your standards, but another thing is that I think is very important is you want to have a broad business plan. You don't want to just rely on solely on one thing. For example, like I do shoes, we do YouTube stuff, we do marketing as well for other companies when we're selling shows and stuff. So if you're just one dimensional, you're going to probably lose to that other person who's making money in different ways to the shows.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good tip.
If you're selling merch and you're not selling merch, they can charge less money for a show and make the same amount. So I agree that some people should, like, I mean, you got to keep your standards up. Someone shouldn't be charging 1,000 when someone else is charging 10,000.
Right.
There's people who have a high demand and they have a really good show and they can charge $10,000 for something. But
well, and there's a difference between
their level of show is not even as well, though.
There's a difference between still being competitive, because it should be a competitive market. I mean, that's what drives capitalism. But exactly, like undercutting is not keeping it competitive or keeping it in, the standards. Just like you're not going to pay for the same like childhood or child-oriented circus. You're not going to pay Cirque du Soleil rates for that show. It'll just, it's different. There are different, or you know what I mean. All right, different levels there.
Yeah. So, okay, let's say on to the next thing, money tips. I want to kind of talk about investing a little bit real quick, because last week we had David Matz on, who's obviously a pretty successful investor when it comes to cryptocurrency and that kind of stuff and stocks. Dave's made a lot of money off that stuff. And I think it's very important for people to immediately take like 20 to 25%. If you get a nice fat paycheck, before you do anything with your money, before you spend any of it, you should take some of that, put it away either into stocks, cryptocurrency, maybe your own business if you have one. Investing that money before you start spending it, because if you start spending it and then you're now like, wait, now I can't put half of it away because I just spent half of it at the mall, you're going to be less likely to invest that money, rather than if you just make it disappear right away, you no longer have that money. It's invested. It's going to actually bring in some value later in life. It's very important to invest things right as soon as you get it. In Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's one of his main points is pay yourself first. So invest into yourself first before you pay everything else. You'll figure it out later as long as you put that money away and you invest it right away.
Really good tip, because it is a lot easier to let go of money.
Yeah.
When you have a lot of it, so definitely. Really good tip.
Yeah. Don't spend it first, invest it first. And that, like, for me, I was not good at investing my money at first. I was very poor at it. And the only reason I even got anything invested in the first place was because I dug myself into holes by taking out personal loans. And I mean, granted, those personal loans pay themselves off plenty of times over, but I took out big personal loans to pay for the shoe company and to pay for the stunt show. And then I paid themselves back later. It would have been great, of course, if I would have just saved up that money, but things kind of, you never know when something is gonna pop up. Like for me, I got contacted by Nickelodeon off of a YouTube video that I had made choreographing a tramp wall routine. And that's how my company got started. And of course I wasn't saving up for anything. So I didn't have any money in the savings. And I was like, I'm not missing this opportunity. I'm going to figure out a way to get $10,000 right now.
Right. Speaking of investing, do you have any advice or insight to the crypto world that's going on right now?
I do have a few I've been putting around $500 per week into crypto for the last couple months. Nice. Personally, I own a bunch of different crypto. So I own a little bit of a lot of them. I own a lot of XRP Ripple because that's just the coin that I think is going to take off. I've been waiting for 3 years for it to take off, but
when it does.
Personally, I invest into a different cryptocurrency every single week, or stocks. I'll pick one. I'll take $500 and I'll either put it I have a lot of UFC stock that I own. It's either stocks, or you just don't want to be invested all into one, because if that one crashes and burns, then the whole investment crashes and burns. But if you're spread evenly, pretty thinly, then it's going to be much safer it's not like gambling at that point, you know, it's more like investing. It's not like gambling. When you're just putting it all into Dogecoin or something stupid like that, yeah, some people get lucky, but that is straight up gambling.
Right. Right. Well, when you have all of your assets in one division, if that goes belly up, then you're done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
I
Another.
guess my money tip. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, sorry, continue.
Go for it. No, mine's a
Okay.
different subject.
My money tip is just make money on the money you're already spending. Like, there's a lot of apps out there, especially for grocery shopping, that you can get little coupons and it earns your money back. So I was doing that consistently while I was in rehearsals, and I think I made over $80 just off the money I already spent. And then same thing, a lot of credit cards will have a cash back versus and a cash back match. Like I know Discover does, and that can be a good chunk of change. I think my cashback match was $600. So within my first year, that helped. That pay rent for 1 month, and then there are a lot of other things like that. Ebates, which I think has changed to Rakuten, offers coupons or money back for if you just click the button and then it takes it to a different code or whatever, and it goes into your bank account once you press buy. So it's good.
Yeah. Make your money work for itself. That's
Mm-hmm.
another tip from Rich Dad Poor Dad. One of the main things that he's getting across is make your money work for itself. And I heard this quote the other day from my favorite podcast I listen to. It's a Patrick Bet David podcast. The guy's like 100, he's worth like $100 million. This guy's a genius. He was mentioning, I don't know if it was originally from him, but he said, when a guy with money meets a guy with expertise and experience, the guy with expertise and experience is always going to leave with the money, because the guy with the money doesn't know how he got it. He doesn't know how to spend it or where to make it go. So a lot of people are like, when's the next stimulus check going to come out? It's like, are you going to teach someone how to fish, or are you going to just give them fish? You got to learn how to fish. And if you don't understand how money works, then you are just going to end up spending all your money, and you're going to complain that you don't have any money. You'll still have no idea how money works. So
my dad, that was my dad's, one of his favorite sayings was, teach a man, or give a man a fish, feed his family for a day, teach a man how to fish, and you'll feed his family for a lifetime.
Yep. Same thing goes with money.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of, another investment that I've been working on is our new skate shoes. And I'm pretty excited about skate shoes because obviously I made a living in the skate park as a scooter rider. So we're making skate shoes, BMX, like style shoes. So we got high tops and low tops. I'm pretty excited about them. Like what our original plan was to make acrobatic shoes, but unfortunately the acrobatic industry isn't big enough to sustain a footwear business on its own. So we're going to need to branch out a little bit. We're going to be making some extreme sports shoes. And plus, I think that, you can obviously wear skate shoes as casual shoes. So we're making them really high quality. So that way you can wear them out to the clubs and that kind of stuff. And those people who don't want to wear shoes that look like wrestling shoes, you can still support another acrobatic business and wear them casually.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, and even the acrobatic ones are very stylish. Anytime Preston or I wear them out, yeah, we always get compliments. Always.
Yeah, I love them. I wear them every day, all day, everywhere I go. So, people always look at me like, are you wearing wrestling shoes right now? Like someone asked us the other day, because like me and my whole group from the show, we're all wearing the off-axis shoes. And they're like, are you guys European? We're like, what? They're like, I don't know. Your shoes were confused. Like, oh.
Huh.
Yeah.
I guess I've never experienced that aspect, but I wear them all the time. I love them. They're so light and yet supportive. It's like a little hug on your feet.
Yeah, for sure. So Cirque is now hiring and auditioning performers.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say, but some people I know had some auditions recently with Cirque du Soleil, the Love Show, and the O Show. So people are, I mean, Cirque du Soleil is coming back. They, I believe, are supposed to be opening up 2 shows pretty soon.
June 28th and July something, I believe.
There you go. So at least Cirque du Soleil shows are coming back a little bit. I wonder what their new business model is going to be now that they have new ownership. And I mean, obviously, I feel like they got slapped in the face last year when like they didn't have, I mean, they weren't paying their loans down. They were still like over $1 billion in debt after they had sold the company years before that. Normally, around like the 5-year mark, you should be almost done paying off your debts. But I feel like they were just like, all this money's coming, you know, it'll keep coming in. But I feel like they'll probably take a more frugal approach now with after 2020, just in case it ever happens again, or I don't know. But
Yeah,
this way higher up, so I have no idea what they're going to do. But that's what
I believe all the companies will take a little bit more of a frugal approach to the upcoming years, especially with really wreaked havoc on budgets, on production, on creativity. I mean, a lot of lives were we all know this. Never mind. I don't need to keep going into it. But yeah, I think they'll take a more frugal approach.
I think so too. And so Cirque Mechanics also has a new show coming out, right?
Yes. Let me pull it up. I saw it the other day. We should make an Instagram so we can post things like new shows coming out or something. Because I've been seeing a lot of notices, which is amazing. There's a Circus is in South Dakota. I believe it's this weekend, which is amazing. So there is life coming back. Hold on, why can't I find it? There, Cirque Mechanics. Perfect. Yes, there is an open air circus. It is Cirque Mechanics. I'll just read the little post that they have on Cirque Mechanics, their Instagram. Ready for a fun night out under the stars? A big top style spectacle offering a dose of dopamine cut with adrenaline and delivered straight to your seat. Wow. Love that. That catches. It's Friday, June 18th, and Saturday, June 19th. Tickets at circumechanics.com/open-air-circus.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's little tidbit. Let's see. There's the Apero show. It seems to be a cabaret style with circus acts in it, and it's at the, I don't know how to say it, but BAOBAB stage. Baobab.
Oh.
And it's in Town Square, so it's at one of the like little bar restaurants in Town Square.
Oh yeah, I go there all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, well then you should know how to say it.
Baboa, I think.
No, it ends in a B.
Baboa, maybe the B is silent.
Who knows?
Who knows? They have,
find out. Let us know.
a lot of the circuit performers go there all the time, actually.
Yeah,
there's some guys that DJ there, and it's a pretty cool little bar. I was going there because I was like, no one's wearing masks and you can hang out in a bar and it's normal again. But now everything's pretty normal. You know, I haven't worn a mask in like 2 weeks. So
wow. Yeah, there's a lot of non-maskers right now, and I love it. It's so nice seeing people's faces. You have to retrain how to recognize a person, and it's so crazy. Just the from here down changes a face.
Yeah. We went back to California yesterday though, in Tahoe, and it was like pretty much the same.
Well, it's California. They're late to everything.
Yeah, they're normally early, but now they're late.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap it up right there.
Sounds good.
Time chunk. So for those of you who haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel because this is a new YouTube channel. And also, if you guys are listening on Spotify, make sure you subscribe on Spotify, on Apple iTunes, and wherever else you can listen to this, because I know it plays on a bunch of different platforms. That's all we got for you guys today. we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, let's do it.
Bye.